Welcome back to Discipline and Desire. I am your host, Laurion-Asahn, formerly known as Lost or Devant, and today we're talking about a word that has the power to break chains or build walls. Truth. Truth will set you free, but not before it reveals everything keeping you bound. It's so crazy we're talking about this because there are so many truths I haven't even prepared to share, but my spirit is telling me that we are prepared to share. One of them I will tell you. I am recording this episode later than usual. And because of that, I am recording on a day to which my neighbor's children are home and active. And I love it. You are going to hear footsteps running. You're going to hear voices, perhaps, yelling. Children being children, reminding us how to be. And many other truths, including, I don't want to perform on this episode. I just want to be. So you may hear many different voices of mine, personalities even. You may hear my cadence change. For those that know me, you may recall, you may feel nostalgia. We may go somewhere I've never gone before, but we're going together. Yeah, today we're diving into the layers of truth. How truth is subjective. How even the so-called universal truths bend under the perspective of who's perceiving them. And why speaking, living, and standing in your truth is not just a spiritual act, it's biological, emotional, and deeply healing. Let's be more present. Inhale for 4 seconds. Hold for 4 seconds. Exhale for 6. Inhale for 4. Hold for 4. Exhale for 6. What is truth? Truth isn't fixed. It's fluid, like water. It changes shape depending on the vessel it's poured into. My truth might not be your truth. Your truth might not be the truth someone else can handle right now. And that's okay. Even universal truth, the kind we think is permanent, is still subjective to the universe it's in. If I come from a different universe with different physics, different perception, different energy laws, my universal truth changes. So truth isn't about being right. Truth is about being real. Right now, in this real ability, other known as reality. That's what it means to live authentically. To accept that your truth will evolve as you evolve. And here's the deeper layer. Just because someone can't handle your truth now doesn't mean they never will. Sometimes truth comes early. It lands in someone's world like lightning. Too bright, too loud, too fast. Ever experienced that? But over time, as their awareness expands, they begin to see what you were trying to show all along. And guess what? You do not need them to acknowledge it. You don't need to be right, for truth is about being real. And at that moment, thanks to you doing God's work, that person was able to expand their awareness. That's why patience is part of truth-telling. Truth doesn't always fit the moment, but it will always find its way home. The process of hearing and living truth. Every time you hear something new, whether it's an idea, a confession, my truth is that I'm not going to edit this. Every time you hear something new, whether it's an idea, a confession, a revelation, guess what? There's a process. Or like I like to say, a process. One of the last companies I worked with, a team full of overachievers. The amazing work we did. What's good, Positive? It was important that in order to be successful, we needed SOPs. In the business corporate world, that stands for Standard Operating Procedures. Things cannot work and function without process. So again, every time you hear something new, whether it's an idea, a confession, a revelation, overstand and understand that there's a process. First comes the resistance. Who are you to tell me ... I've never been able to do ... I'm not good enough to do ... Is this true? Are they lying to me? I don't want to hold this. I don't want to accept this. Then comes the reflection. Oh, I see. That does seem to be right. I felt that here. Then, if you stay open, comes the realization. While I felt that here, that is not mine to hold. I don't understand what that could feel like, but I can see it clear because you shared it with me the way that you did. The process of hearing and living truth is as natural as breathing. And when you live in alignment with yourself, when you know your patterns, your rhythms, your triggers, you also understand that others have their own adjustment period too. When someone can't meet your truth yet, it's not rejection. It's processing. And my truth is that it took me over 40 years to truly understand that truth. For I judged those who could not meet me where I was. Even though I accepted my truth that I am not from this universe. So how could they? Unless I truly knew who I was, so that I can then show them instead of telling them. And still realizing that they have a process when it comes to digesting, consuming, viewing me. Truth isn't meant to be forced. It's meant to be offered gently, consistently, and without apology. Because the more you speak truth from a centered place, the less misunderstanding can exist between you and the world. Truth simplifies things. It reduces arguments. It removes the fog of assumption. Truth, boundaries, and freedom. When you live and speak your truth, you naturally keep your boundaries strong. Boundaries are just truth in motion. Truth about what you will and will not allow in your life. When you deny your truth, your boundaries blur. When you honor it, they solidify. And here's the beauty. The people who belong in your life will respect your boundaries because they respect your truth. Those who resist it will eventually realign or fade away. Speaking your truth is not aggression. It's integrity. It's you saying, this is who I am right now. And when you say that with love and clarity, life reorganizes around you in the most beautiful way. I need to take a drink, a sip. It's a dandelion espresso. The health of honesty. Let's talk about what truth does to the body. Science backs this. People who express themselves honestly, who share their emotions, process pain, and speak openly, have lower blood pressure, stronger immune systems, and longer lifespans. Hashtag incentives. When you hold your truth in, you hold your stress in. You hold your inflammation in. You hold your dis-ease in. Speaking your truth is a detox. It's emotional alchemy. Every time you voice what's real, your body exhales tension. Your cells vibrate in harmony again. Truth keeps the heart light, the mind clear, and the spirit expanding. Vibration. This is why therapy works. This is why journaling works. This is why prayer, art, and conversation work. They are all vehicles for truth. Truth, growth, and expansion. When you live in truth, you live in growth. Because truth reveals what's stagnant, what's false, what's ready to evolve. Every time you choose truth over comfort, you expand. Every time you choose honesty over fear, you heal. Truth is the foundation of freedom. And freedom is what every soul on this planet is chasing. It's funny, the word planet did not make sense to me. I wanted to call it something else. We chase freedom in money, in relationships, in travel, in power. But real freedom comes from within. It comes from being unshakably yourself. My neighbors. When you live in truth, no one can manipulate your peace. No circumstance can distort your alignment. You are free because your inner world and your outer world finally match. As above, as below. But freedom is not given. It's earned. It requires courage, faith, and discipline. The courage to look at your reflection honestly. The faith to believe you can evolve beyond what you once were. And the discipline to keep doing the work, even when it's uncomfortable. That's what this entire series discipline and desire is about. The balance of doing the inner work while honoring the desires that pull you forward. The network of truth. No one embodies truth alone. You need a support system, a network that holds you accountable to your higher self. Your tribe will remind you who you are when you forget. They'll reflect your truth back when your ego gets loud. Surround yourself with people who don't just tolerate your truth, but celebrate it. When you're in that kind of alignment with yourself, your network, your path, freedom stops being a concept. It becomes a lifestyle. Our closing reflection. Truth will set you free, but only if you are brave enough to face it. Your truth isn't a threat. It's a bridge to healing, to connection, to peace. So speak your truth. Live your truth. Love your truth. And let it shape you into the version of yourself you've been waiting to meet. This is discipline and desire, where we learn to feel more deeply, live more truthfully, and lead more powerfully. Until next time, stay courageous, stay clear, and stay free.